Hi, my name's Cory Mayo, licensed realtor with Monument Sotheby's, and welcome to Who's in the House, your podcast for everything coastal Delaware. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. That way you're updated every time I upload new podcasts or videos. And if at any time you have questions, feel free to email us at info@who'sinthehouse.de as in Delaware.com. You can also call or text 302-466-5511. Now sit back and enjoy this episode of Who's in the House.
You sound like what was that? There used to be a R&B station I used to listen to at college. The chocolate sound that melts in your ears.
Oh, good God. Good Lord.
It's
you're like,
smooth, like...
You're like, okay, welcome to Who's in the House, the chocolate sound that melts in your ears. So how are things at Headwater Cove?
They're good. They're great.
I know. They are. But they are. They're very good.
It's a great community.
I know.
I love it.
I know.
Yeah, right when you think that like it's getting slow and all of a sudden it'll be like, oh, let's just sell 9 of these houses.
And that's the thing that has been. Sorry, I got to hit the clock here.
Okay.
And my eyes. And this is literally how informal this is.
I like it.
It's one of those communities that I think, especially when you get in there, and I always say the whole D.R. Horton vibe, and we'll get into all of that.
Yeah.
The whole thing with D.R. Horton is, it's for people that are maybe potentially looking at resale and also looking at new construction, but they have the time constraints for resale,
right? But
want a brand new house and maybe want to pick what they have, where it is, and there it is. That's the spec model,
right?
Brand new house. And as you know, the crude thing I always say, toilets that no one ever sat on, brand new house and toilets that no one ever sat on.
Exactly.
So, and that's the whole D.R. Horton thing. So, Headwater Cove has been, what's the size? How many homes?
163.
163, full amenities. Do you have pictures of the amenities on your website?
I don't think we do yet.
No, I don't think yet. But amenities are opening up. We were just in there the other day.
Yes.
Awesome looking clubhouse.
Yeah.
And I know this is silly, but for me, the big thing that really stuck out to me is when we were outside by the pool is that they have external entrance to the bathrooms.
Really?
It's the thought at our clubhouse where I'm at, and the kids that are running through the clubhouse, and then the floors are wet and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And when people are just hanging out, like so super annoying. So the fact that they thought of having the exterior entrance to the bathrooms from the actual pool area as opposed to having to go through.
Did you see the little water fountains too?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes sense because you should. Why do you have to run in to get water?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's done tastefully. It's on the pond, overlooks the Burton's Pond.
It does.
Tennis courts, right? Or pickleball?
Pickleball.
Good. Because everyone plays pickleball.
Of course.
What else is there? Oh, you have like a little area, sitting area that's like between the pool and the
Fire
pond.
pit.
Yeah, you can sit down there and chill.
Yeah.
And when we were there, we looked at the orientation of the sun, and it's kind of like off, so you would actually be utilizing that around like sunset to.
Yeah, and the pad around the pool is huge.
It is.
Yeah, very spacious. They did a really nice job. The showers are all tile in the bathrooms.
Nice.
Workout room has the the gym pad floor. Pool tables, and my favorite's the shuffleboard.
It is, I know.
The old school shuffleboard. I love that.
But it's new school. Like everyone is like, that's like the hot thing now.
It is.
To have shuffleboard. But you have, it's not a workout room. It's like a gym.
It's a gym.
Yeah. I mean, my community, we have an exercise room, and it's like a treadmill and some like universal machine from like 1922. It's a gym. It's a gym. It's a big gym. So.
Yeah. Oh, and they put outdoor showers by the pickleball.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't have to traipse through if you don't want to.
Yeah, but like but they're not like, I'm assuming they're not like enclosed.
No.
Yeah, so like if you're all hot and sweaty, you can, which is also good for if you're going to be going over to the pool. It's nice to kind of, clean off.
Or even coming from the
pool.
beach.
Yeah,
hose
true.
off and
Yeah.
jump in the pool.
Yep. We actually will do that at on our way home because we don't have an outdoor shower at our house. So coming home from the beach, we'll stop at our clubhouse, hose off real quick, and
Nice.
then head home. But no, it's not a small clubhouse. It's a very well sized, tons of the amenities, the look, the design of it is obviously super current and modern because it's just opening now.
Yeah, I like the little gathering areas that they created.
100%. Yeah. I'm excited. When's it getting staged and furniture and all that kind of stuff?
That's all in.
Oh, is it?
All in.
Okay.
Yep, we're just waiting for our CO. I would anticipate probably April. We'll do an opening for the homeowners.
That's awesome.
And turn it over.
So people are going to be swimming this summer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then plus the amenities also include the lawn care, but they will fertilize, they'll freshen the mulch, weed, prune, and cut. So everything's getting all freshened up right now, so it looks so crisp and clean.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. Like, the homeowner comes out and they're like, wow, I
just
didn't
done.
have to do any of that.
And they're like putting their gloves on and they're like, wait a second, I
Yeah.
can take these
Done.
gloves off.
Yeah.
How frequently do they turn the mulch? Is it just once a year?
Spring, and then, just in the spring. They freshen everything up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, but that's, obviously it's somewhat of an expense, but there's a lot of times, the time is more valuable than the expense
Absolutely.
or the effort,
Right,
more
going
than
to Home
anything.
Depot and getting your mulch
Yeah,
thrown in the
and
back of your car.
sitting there and kneeling on because you can't just you shouldn't just put it on top. You got to weed everything out first, and then blah blah. The whole process that goes along with it. Or you can just have your cup of coffee and wave and say, "Thanks for doing such a great job."
missed a spot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're doing such a great job. Thank you. No, and that is, but it's also when you start to equate value for what your monthly output is. So you have gym membership. So that would be, what is the HOA?
It's $175 now, and then once the amenities are turned over, it'll be $200.
So 200. Okay, so we'll take the long-term number. So 200, you've got $40-$50 a month for a gym membership.
Sure.
So you can strike that off. Lawn care. I know my guy is $28 a cut. So that's $120 a month there. Well,
Yeah.
So we're already almost to zero. But so they're cutting.
Fertilizing.
Fertilizing. So they do that once a year or twice a year.
I think it's twice.
Twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the nice thing about that, and I think what everyone, I shouldn't say everyone, what a lot of people don't think about when you're talking about whether it be irrigation or what does this lawn care do for you? Obviously, hey, it's nice. My lawn looks nice. But the better thing is that your neighbor's lawns look nice,
Exactly.
which keeps your value up.
Yep.
And yes, it's great to have like this like effortless living in the community, which is great. But you drive down the road and everyone's lawn is deep green and watered and looks beautiful and everything. So it's nice to have
Yeah,
all
the
of that.
continuity throughout the community. Yep.
Yep. You guys include trash service or no?
Yep.
So there's $60-$70 a quarter.
Yeah.
But more so, again, not everyone thinks about this. If everyone in there is kind of hiring or contracting with whomever they want, you're going to have like every day of the week a trash truck coming through your community versus what's your trash day? Mine's
Wednesdays.
Yeah, so Wednesday. Every Wednesday, Tuesday night, everyone rolls their cans out. Wednesdays, the truck comes through, and then that's it. And
their cans are in. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big it's a big point. I think that a lot of people that are coming down here that are coming from municipal trash, if you're, they're used to that, but they don't think about how is it when I move into a community to where trash service is private and everyone can hire their own. Every morning you're just hearing that truck, someone's truck,
Exactly.
driving down the road.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, it's a nuisance.
Yeah.
And
and just the eye appeal of somebody's can being out every other day of the week.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. They're in all together and out, so.
Yeah.
makes a
And
big
I know
difference.
our community, we're a single service and we renegotiate a rate because we're an entire community. We have a little bit better buying power than it is if just, I'm calling someone and say, can I get a discount? So,
yeah, absolutely.
there's definitely that. So amenities are awesome. You guys, I want to go back a little bit to what we originally were talking about. You're a spec builder,
Yes,
which
we
means
are.
that whether it's whoever the developer is, whether it's third party or you guys, which I believe you guys are developing Headwater Cove, you'll go in and you spec out a home, meaning that you select the specifications of the house, colors, fit and finishes, countertops, cabinets, and all of that, and you build a house.
Correct.
And literally, someone comes in and just goes shopping.
Pretty
And
much.
They're looking for the gray one. Oh, we got the gray one over there. Oh, I want it in blue. Well, that's over there.
Yeah.
So just kind of shop.
Well, I love the fact that if a buyer has gone to another builder, right, and they've walked in the model, and there's a whole lot of, well, that's not included, and well, that costs this much, and that costs that much. So when they walk through our doors, I have to like reprogram them. And I say, listen, we're going to open this door, and everything behind the door is included, minus the custom paint and furniture.
Sure.
And they just kind of looked at you, kind of glazed over. And then you get inside, and they're like, well, how much for the tray ceiling? Okay, one more time.
Yeah.
Minus the custom paint and furniture. And they're like, oh. And then like halfway through the hallway, they start to get it. The tile shower? No, that's included.
Yeah.
The crown molding? That's included. Okay. No 4-foot extension? No. This is what we're building out there. This is what you would purchase.
100%.
The price is the price. So people start to get it. I always make the analogy. I'm like, do you ever go to the Cheesecake Factory and open up that menu? It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Right? But you don't have to do that. You don't have to pick anything. We've done it all, right? Well, so that's not for everybody. But, we don't do backsplashes. And I tell people that's where your personality comes into the home.
True.
But we give you the bones of the house, the covered porch where, outdoor living space. Well, that's included? Yeah, it's built in. Third car garage comes with the house. Wait, what? I don't have to pay for that?
But what's cool about that outdoor space, I know that you've talked to some other like contractors, subcontractors are like, hey, could you ever screen this in or add something later on? But the person that buys a house can decide how that space gets used.
Yes.
Do they want that fully enclosed? Do they want it to be screened? Do they want it to be 3-seasoned? They can decide, what is the best way that this works for myself and my family and how we're going to utilize it, which is, I think, is important. But the main structure, as you say, the main bones of that outdoor space is there.
Yes.
And, depending on which one it is, if it's a middle outdoor living space, 3 sides are insulated.
Exactly.
And if it's a corner, 2 sides are insulated. So it really is, it's a really cool option that allows them to kind of select and build that space out. And then obviously they can build onto it if they decide, go through the HOA and submit documents and whatever, designs that they want. It is. And you're right. That analysis paralysis is something that gets pulled out because we literally are going with the client and saying, okay, you're interested in a Morgan. Here's the 5 Morgans. You pick which one you like. That's the one. Like that house.
Right.
Okay, I want to buy this house. Okay, and you can go sign a contract on that house. And number 1, you're seeing exactly what you're getting. But number 2, because it's sitting there, your closing is sped up drastically. No more 6, 8, 10 months. It's, paperwork basically. So a couple weeks to a month-ish. It
takes the pain out of the process of building a brand new home, especially with markets that still have homes that are selling really quickly. They're not likely to list their house until they figure out where they're going.
Sure.
And then that process changes when they're like, oh, well, I can buy this house and it's built, and now that certainty of timeline is more controlled.
Yeah.
Now they can go back and sell their house because they know where they're going.
Yep. And this is the specific process for Headwater Cove, but this is specific to the D.R. Horton product,
business model
in all of coastal Delaware.
Correct.
Which there's multiple communities, which we're ignoring them today. We only care about Headwater Cove.
That's right.
But it is part of the process for anyone that's like, hey, well, I really like Headwater Cove, but it's missing I need to be closer to the Bethany area because I have family that's down there. Well, you find a community down there, and that's the same idea.
Exactly.
Which I think is it's really cool. I love the idea of this. Like, hey, listen, I got a client that's interested in a Wheaton, and you're like, here's 4 lots, that have it. Go see which one the color combinations fit.
Right.
They're not like, well, what exactly will that gray look like?
Yeah.
There it is.
Exactly.
You know exactly what it is.
How will the house sit on that lot? Right.
True,
what is the orientation?
How exactly?
All those little idiosyncrasies that they don't think about. They're standing there and they're like realizing, oh. And the other thing is, and for some people it's not a big deal, but we do include washer, dryer, refrigerator, and blinds in all the windows.
The blinds is a big one. For sure.
Big one. To not have to worry about privacy when you first move in. And I tell people, I'm like, they're not plantation shutters, but they're not aluminum blinds either.
Yeah.
They're a 2-inch faux wood blind, cordless. You have privacy. It's one thing off your plate you don't have to worry about. You can come back later and tweak it however you want it.
Yeah.
Not everybody likes the refrigerator, but I'm like, hey, think about back in COVID when you couldn't get refrigerators.
Sure.
The peace of mind of saying, hey, I have some place to put my food when I move in, and then, wait for the President's Day special and get the French drawer.
Yeah.
But you got a refrigerator.
Take that refrigerator, throw it out in the garage,
Yep.
use it as your
100%.
secondary or beer fridge or however you want to use it. I mean, mine is kind of half and half. We got our extra gallon of milk and our extra creamer and some extra 6-packs or 4-packs from Big Oyster.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. But no,
Nicely done.
Yeah, thank you. I tried to smoothly add, slide that in there. But yeah, I mean, it is. So just put it out there. It's nice to have that secondary fridge, and it's not like I got to try to sell it.
Yeah.
Because not all of them, but 2 or 3 of your floor plans are also 3-car garages included, which is, if you don't have a 3-car or haven't had a 3-car garage before, it's just really nice from a storage standpoint, or if you have that classic car, if you're going to have a golf cart or whatever, it's nice to have that 3-car.
You move to the beach, you know what happens. Oh, I got to have a kayak. Oh, look, the electric bikes are cool.
Yep.
Quickly fills up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And depending on where, but also out in that garage, you also find a on-demand water heater.
Yes.
Which is standard with all of your homes.
Yeah.
Which not a lot of people maybe think about a standard tanked water heater, how it is the most ridiculous invention ever made.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you're away from your house, if you're, out of town, out of state, out of country, whatever, it literally is heating your water. So if you're not going down and you're flipping that breaker off,
right.
The temperature drops of the water drops. It turns the heating element on, heats the water back up. You could be 10,000 miles away, and it's heating your water, ready for you to wash the dishes, and you're not even in the country. It's asinine. So the on-demand water heaters, for people that don't know, when you turn on the hot faucet, it instantly heats the water, and you have hot water so long as that's still calling for hot water. And then when you turn it off, it stops running, and it's not heating the water anymore. So it's just ingenious. And not only that, when you come home from the beach and you want to take your endless, shower in your Roman style shower, that's also in your floor plans. You can just sit there and just continue to have hot water, not worry about your tank running out.
Yeah, that's the analogy I use for folks. I'm like, look, family comes down, everybody goes to the beach, everybody comes home at the same time. Yep. You're trying to start dinner, do the beach towels in the washer. Nobody's going to run out of hot water. How often do you run out of hot water with a 50-gallon, right? When everybody's trying to take a shower.
I just had this scream 2 nights ago because my youngest took a bath, and my oldest was training down the basement, of course, and she went to take a shower. And 2 minutes into it, freezing cold, she's like, Alana, because all the hot water's gone. So what happens when you have a tank? You only have that many gallons.
That's right.
It doesn't continually heat it, so it's a very frustrating thing. So lots of standard features, quartz countertops, standard, and we have a new name for the one counter quartz. It's called Cory Quartz, I think it's called.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fondly named.
The most beautiful quartz countertops that you can get.
That you look at every morning.
Every morning. So you standard quartz, soft closed doors and drawers. In the cabinetry, built-in microwave end range or just microwave.
Microwave and range. Because we do gourmet kitchens as a standard upgrade in there. As a standard,
yeah. And again, there just aren't, you don't have that nickel and dime stuff that goes on. Mm-hmm. Again, you walk in, you see the house, but also not only do you see a house, but you see the price associated with that house.
Absolutely.
Which includes your lot premium.
Yep.
And the expenses that go along with it. Kind of like the point that we were talking about the other day. You never know, some lot maybe needed extra fill dirt to come in order to construct that home. So that price is based upon everything that was required to build that home. So no hidden, they start digging, we need to bring in 2 truckloads of fill dirt. There's an extra charge. It's already, everything's there. Everything's baked in on that price. So it's kind of takes out the guesswork and mystery.
It does. And, it's kind of like the old analogy, one-stop shopping. If somebody needs to close in 30 days, that is what we do.
Sure.
From the attorney, we offer homeowners insurance for them, especially moving from out of state. What are they going to do? Add it to their existing policy? It's just, we make it seamless.
Yeah.
So that they can, make the transition, move into Delaware.
Well, you're the biggest builder in the country.
We are.
Still, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've have a lot of experience of buying or selling and closing on homes. So, and there's a lot
we do.
a lot of power there from the builder of being able to negotiate and rates and have their own lending company and offer things like buying down rates on mortgages as well, which
huge.
is very huge, especially right now. Right now, where are you? 599. You're
599 on a conventional, yeah.
So that's
And that's the life of the loan.
oh,
So that's the life of the loan.
it's
So
not an arm or anything like that.
No, that's. I mean, we put a sizable chunk of money aside to facilitate that incentive, and it can go away at any time. You know,
Sure.
you say that, and people think it's a sales pitch, but it
truly does.
It can.
But it's the other thing that I think is important to note about when you're looking at someone that's buying a rate down for you. It's like, oh great, I'm saving a lot of money. But the other thing that it does for some potential buyers is if they were in, let's just say, the $450 price point and trying to find something, they can't find anything they want, or they can't, especially if they're looking for new construction or they're in an area they don't want to be. They have to remember that if that rate is being bought down, if they're cash, that's a different scenario. But if they're borrowing, that rate buy down gave them way more buying power.
Absolutely.
So now they can afford a house or start looking at homes that are higher price point, maybe in a town that has a better return on investment.
Yeah.
That is a more, I don't want to say desirable, but people are looking to buy in there more, is closer closer proximity to the water, whatever it may be. It gives you more buying power, and which is potentially gives you a better return on investment on your home as well. So it's huge that you guys are doing that.
And as well, when people move down here, it's a process and educating them, what their money will buy. I'm sure you go through it too. People coming down thinking that, I can be at the beach for, $400,000 at the beach, right?
Yeah.
But no, we got to pull them out on the other side of Route 1.
Yeah.
But then showing them on paper, like I never let them leave. I'm like, look, you have to understand what that $599 does for your monthly payment.
Sure.
Because people walk in and go, I'm at the 500 price point. I'm like, well, how did you get there?
Sure.
What are you basing that off of?
Yeah, they kind of just have this baked number.
Yeah. And what is it?
Oh,
Where's it from?
my friends bought a house that was that much. And so that's kind of where I think that we should be at too.
Yep, exactly.
Or I think this is what we can afford.
Yeah, so when you sit them down and you show them, they're like, wow, that's where I'm going to be. Yeah, that's your monthly payment.
Yep. And you have 4 main floor plans.
We do.
3 of which are one-story homes, and then 1 2-story home, which I am going to 100% eat crow. I gave you a lot.
Not you.
I gave you a lot of hard times about when the Morgan came out, and I was like, I don't know what you guys were thinking. It's just not. And now that because I went through it when it was just framed, and it's really hard to envision a house when it's just a sea of studs, and it's a really great floor plan. It's a 2-story floor plan.
Yeah.
All owners living on the first floor. Guests is all upstairs. It's with a loft, 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms upstairs.
Yeah, and the loft. And I mean, spacious.
A big loft, yeah.
Yeah, but so's the bathrooms and the walk-in closets in those rooms. I mean, it definitely caters to a certain dynamic of lifestyle for folks.
Sure.
But we're realizing that, hey, this is a game changer. It has the outdoor living space. The laundry's on the first floor. Open concept. Great kitchen. The layout's great. Very spacious. It's definitely getting some attention because we do have 1 floor plan in there that we can add the second floor, but you're also adding cost to the base price of the home.
Sure.
Whereas this 2-story Morgan, it's all in.
Well, and the other thing that to the point when we were out there the other day that I didn't think about also is, you're looking at similar square footage, except you're in 2-story, which means that your footprint's smaller, which means you have more yard.
More yard.
And not that your home sites are tight by any stretch of the imagination, but when you look down the rear line and you're like, wow, there really is a substantial amount of yard space here.
It's significant.
Yeah,
It
especially
is.
if you're on one of those those wooded lots along the back there. I mean, they're very, very beautiful home sites, and it's like I would want to utilize more outdoor living space.
Right.
So that gives you plenty of outdoor living space to put a bigger patio or deck or whatever it is that you want to do out there, or grilling, outdoor kitchen space overlooking the woods. You have that because of the footprint smaller.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good one. Average price, you're probably in that low mid 5s,
Exactly.
price point.
Yep.
And again, all brand new, all under warranty,
I love that.
Brand new toilets.
Nobody sat on those potties.
Yeah. Oh, brand new toilets that are yours. And again, I love the idea of that you know exactly what it is. I mean, my clients want to go down and start measuring for couches. But they're not measuring, oh, can we find a model somewhere? Okay, there's no models of that floor plan. Okay, is there one that's under construction? They're going to actually walk into their house and like look at the colors and stuff and that goes with the flooring and everything and measure their house. Like that's their house.
Yeah.
There's just something to be said for that. I mean, imagine having a resale and just asking the homeowner, can I come in 10 times to measure for stuff? And I'm like, oh, okay, enough is enough. You can do this when you take ownership. Until they close on it, you guys are totally cool with people going in to measure and.
Oh, absolutely. We're measuring for them.
True. Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Very, I was thinking about this the other day, just with the market and, I always lean on you and like, what are you seeing out there and how are people reacting? And I feel like COVID has made people cautious but they want to touch, feel, and see what they're getting. That they want to remove the uncertainty.
Sure.
So it definitely is something that, wow, this is the house that I'm buying. I'm walking in it.
100%.
Now I just got to back up and do the financial part of it, but I'm walking out of here knowing that that's my house.
Well, and sometimes you're standing on a home site and you're kind of envisioning how it's going to be like, okay, where's the foundation? How exactly is it going to be facing? Where's the foundation going to be dug and poured?
Right.
Where's the sunset going to be? I stand on the back porch and I pull out my compass and I go west. Okay, there's the sunset. You can actually see like this is where I'd be sitting in my chair and that's actually where the sun sets. This is awesome. This is exactly what I want.
Yeah.
So it really, there's just something to be said about that. And that's one of the advantages of resale. The problem with resale is, I tell people all the time.
Used? I'm sorry.
Yeah, used toilets and everything. You're paying for things that someone else selected at one point in time, always. And whether it was when it was originally built or whether it was a person that moved in after that and they repainted it or they upgraded the kitchen and they did new cabinets. And you're like, I'm glad that you like those cabinets, but they're just not for me. And I have found that the average person spends about roughly $25,000 after they buy a resale home in making it theirs.
Yeah.
Changing some flooring, maybe, they're like, oh, these carpets are stained or dirty and getting new carpets put in, having fresh paint put in, maybe doing some updates in the kitchen, having cabinets painted, whatever it is. On average, obviously, there's plenty of people that go way over that, and maybe there's some people that do very minimal, but hardly anyone just moves in.
Sure.
And they're like, hey, I'm good here. So now you take your house and you knock off $25,000. So if you're at $550,000, you knock off that $25,000 that you would have spent had you bought a resale because you're in a timing crunch circumstance. Brand new house under warranty, $5 to $525 now. So
you think about a used house, right? Is somebody spending 2.5 hours with them going over the functionality of the home and how the furnace works and where to change the filter and where's the water shutoffs?
Yep.
There's all that uncertainty in a used home, and 5 months in, the water heater could go. You don't know.
100%. And because, and yes, you can get a home warranty, but we all know how those work.
Yeah.
And, yes, it's better than not having anything at all, but it's always a fight. And it's always like, oh, well, what happened? Or did you have a coin in your pocket when you put your jeans in the washing machine? Oh, that's probably why it broke. They're always looking for that excuse. But everything, the structure of the home, you have no warranty on the structure of your home. I guess that's, if the wind blows it over, you have home insurance, but, what's the structure of your home? Where's the warranty there? And it falls on you as a homeowner. So it is nice to have, some peace of mind moving in, knowing that I have X number of years of some, air quotes, painless living and not having to worry about anything.
Right.
And if you have like Tom's home builder build you a home, what if like they don't have a good marketing department, they don't have whatever, and now they go out of business, who's going to warranty your home?
Right.
Because Tom's, he has an electrical company now. So how does that work? How does that look like? So when you're dealing with one of the biggest builders or the biggest builder in the country, they're not, going anywhere. You have someone to have your back. So
100%.
Yeah, it's nice to know that. Quick question, and I ask everyone this: what is I'm gonna this is kind of a baited question. Not all things are created equal. What is your opinion with clients that have come in that have been working with me?
With you?
With me in particular.
I know that they're educated. I know that you present. I love that you have always been new construction. That has always been your niche. Back 6 years ago when you and I talked about this and
Sure.
what you were the endeavor that you were going to take on. I feel comfortable with them. I feel that they're qualified when they're in front of me because you have provided them with enough details that their anticipation of what to expect is already laid out for them.
Cool. Okay.
100%. Yeah. I know how well you take care of your clients. And you don't drive them.
No.
You don't drive them in a direction. You educate them so that they can make a decision on the community that's right for them.
It's so funny to say that. I was out with a client yesterday, and he was like, "Thank you so much for some things that we were talking about." And I said, my clients are all very intelligent people. They just don't live here, and this isn't what they do all day, every day. So I feel as though my job is to educate them and lay the information out so they can make the most educated decision that they can. Mm-hmm. My job is not to be leaning or pushing one community to another or one house to another. My job is to make sure that I'm educated so that when I'm not working with them, I'm out there, I'm at your model bugging you and trying to figure out what's new and shooting videos and whatever it might be, but making sure that I'm educated so that I can answer questions, at the drop of a hat when they have questions. So that way we're not wasting time. And I've started using this term that, we kind of came up with when I had someone on the podcast. We're touring with quality instead of quantity.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of just going out and spitballing and pulling into every community, we have an idea. We already know ahead of time what our game plan is, and then we go from there.
Cory, that is critical. Alyssa and I were having people come in, and the realtor's like, "Okay, we got to make this quick because we have 14 houses to look at today." I'm like, why would you do that to a buyer?
So confusing.
They're so overwhelmed. I don't want to see them.
Yeah.
If I'm number 10, I don't want to see them.
Yeah.
I'm like, this will mean nothing to them, and it's almost unfair. If a buyer says to them, "I want to see all these houses," I would think it would be the agent's responsibility to say, "Hey, look, I can appreciate you want to see all 14 of these houses, but we're going to need to do it in 2 or 3 days."
100%, yeah.
Because it's not going to benefit you at all.
Yeah, I normally try to keep things. Resale is a little different because we can walk in and be like, "Yeah, this is the wrong one."
Sure,
just turn it kind of like out of sight, out of mind. But even with that, I still try to do like 5 or less. Anything more than that is, you start to make up houses, you make up communities.
Confusing.
And when on the new construction side, it's really hard because you're walking into a model home. And then you're talking about other homes that are on paper, the different floor plans, different home sites, different whatever. And then maybe we go out and we start looking at some of the spec homes that you guys have. And wait, which one was on the corner? Which one was the whatever? So like we really need to kind of, it's really important to make sure that we are being concise and, touring with quality, not quantity, making sure, do 3 a day of something is kind of my rule of thumb.
Yes. Step back and go, okay, we saw 3 today. Let's rank them.
What made sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do that with the floor plans when I walk with people. I'm like, okay, we just saw the Destin and the Wheaton. Which one is, and why?
Yeah.
Why is that? Because you know why? You're going to have to remind them.
Yep.
Why did you like that? Oh, I'll remind you. You liked the 2 walk-in closets. Oh, you're right.
That's right. Yeah. 100%. Because, again, they are being overwhelmed and, it can be overwhelming. And we do this all day, every day. So just imagine, being an extremely intelligent attorney or heart surgeon or rocket scientist, whatever, but you're not doing this.
Right.
So you come down here and not only, is it maybe hard even in the town that they grew up in and they know, but now you're coming to an area they don't know. So they're trying to learn the area, the town, the county, where should I park and where, so, it's really important to help alleviate a lot of that by being educated, not just talking about bedrooms, bathrooms, and price point.
Especially when the husband and wife start arguing.
Yeah. Just kind of melt into the background.
I know, it's so uncomfortable, isn't it? You're like, ding, I think you guys should take a break.
So it works for everybody. Look at the time. Speaking of that, but thank you so much for coming on. I think this is great. I want to have you and the team on again in a couple months, see how things have been progressing.
That. Yeah, we're breaking ground on 10 houses Monday.
Oh, good.
And then another 10 the following month. And there's no bad lots in our community. They're either backing up to open space, tree line, or pond.
So let's figure maybe like a month.
Yeah,
let's do this again in a month, since there's some really good wooded home sites that are coming up, and I know a lot of people really want wooded home sites.
No, there's not too many of them. There's going to be a break in the wooded lot. So if somebody wants a wooded lot, they need to come see me now, because it'll be 5 months before I have them again.
Okay, so we need to,
Yep.
So let's do that. Let's do like a month and a half.
Cool.
Have you guys back on.
I love it.
Have your teammate here too, and Alyssa, we'll have you on next time, and yeah, we'll take it from there.
Love it.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, bye.
Thanks again for tuning in to this episode of Who's in the House. If you still have questions, feel free to email us at info@who'sinthehouse, as in Delaware.com. You can also call or text any questions to 302-466-5511. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. And in the meantime, keep an eye out for our next episodes. We look forward to seeing you then. Have a great day.